So traders, that is a wrap for the week. We're getting ready for, I believe, a strong bounce out of this market's getting real soon. So coming real soon, this little bit of a shake and bake, what's happening in the markets right now, I'll call it a shake and bake, is just a really short-term little correction, I believe, before we start to see some incredible upside movement, okay? So that's what I really want to cover with you in today's session from there. So what I want to start off with first, before I get into this, is this, okay? The first thing I want to start off with is the fear and greed index. Fear and greed index has just ticked over to the fear, so we may get a little bit more downside to come at the start of next week from there. But I do see this thing is probably going to start to see this fear and greed index shift right back up to the greed, and maybe it's really interesting to see how it's really interesting to see how people become so fearful so quickly about these markets, right? So right now on the fear and greed index, we're getting really close to there, and we're having this dip down through here, so a little bit more downside to come, and then that will actually get us down to around about the same type of area, that area through there where it seems to be. So just a little bit more downside to come through here, and then we can ricochet rabbit to the upside from there. So that's what the fear and greed index is talking about. Let's go look at the actual yield curve. Okay, the yield curve on that. And so what we can actually see from here, from the yield curve perspective, is it's actually now starting to get back above the line. What does that mean? That simply means that the time for a recession now is actually really starting to tick over. Okay, we're really starting to tick over, right? And what that simply means is, as you can see, whenever we get below the line and then we get back above, it's just a matter of time before we go into recession. Get below the line, get back above, get into recession. Below the line, get back above, get into, and obviously recession leads. Let me see, can I do that? Can I do that? Let's bring this over to here, like this, like so. Right, and let me zoom in from there to, let me bring this, is now inverted. All right, so let's go to this one right, that's down the bottom here. We'll go to the 10 to 2 year spread. And if we zoom right in, we can actually see right now, it's actually just starting to slowly get back above this line through here, right? So we went inverted and now we're becoming uninverted, right? Through there. So what that simply means is, I believe the time now is ticking to the next recession when it comes to that through there. So, but again, guys, the recession may come in 6 months from now, right? Because as you can see, that we tend to get a really good many months of upward movement on the yield curve here before we go into recession, right? We can see it back here as well too. Many months of that through there. And same through here, right? Many months before we go into the recession. So just keep an eye on that for that through there. Now, looking at the actual stock market actually itself as well too. Really big, strong movement from here. And something that I was talking about with my clients today, guys, is that right now, especially with your own personal trading, this is definitely a environment where most amateur traders, right? Most amateur traders right now are getting absolutely chewed up. I'm loving this here, right? I just gotten out of a really good trade, which was race. As you guys know, I was in race. This was a trade that I was in when it comes to, I was in this really good bullish trade here. I'm now out of this trade. I got in here and got out up here. When it comes to this down candle here, I got in at the end of that candle because that told me the trade is now over. So I maximized that. I think I picked up around about 70% return on that trade in the course of a couple of weeks. So beautiful option trade when it comes to that through there. And now I'm out. And now I'm actually in a short signal. I'm actually in a bearish setup on a stock, not because the stock market's going down, but because this bearish setup is an actual setup for me. And it's up already close to, what's that, 20-30%, and I've only been in it for a few days. So really nice bearish trade. The purpose of me saying this to you guys is that if you are just guessing and gambling in these markets, you are getting your head run over, right? If you do need some help with that there, guys, there's links in the description for free training, free trading course. You can apply for my coaching from there, and I can really help you if you do need some help. But the whole thing, purpose of me showing you here is that I love this volatility. There's so many opportunities right now when it comes to this volatility, right? So race was a beautiful trade through here. Me and my clients talk. It's just amazing. I'm in a real short trade opportunity. I can't tell you that right now because it's still very close to where I got in. And I'm not here to tell you what to do or show you, because then some of you guys are going to start to hop on the exact same trade I talk about, and I'm not here to do that for you guys. I'm here just to educate you guys so you can do this the same for yourself, right? So when we're looking at the actual stock market's coming down through here, say the Dow Jones. But I believe the Dow Jones is probably going to have a little bit more downside to come, but there's a really good buying opportunity coming, I believe, through here. So the trend is still up, right? The trend is still up. We're still making low, high, low, high, low, strong move up, made a higher high. Now we're getting a pullback. This is now probably going to get into a bit of a short-term pullback before we see the move to the upside. And NASDAQ as well too. NASDAQ's getting down to around about support level and / also long-term support level through here. So I believe there's going to be a really strong bounce coming out of this market here when it comes to the actual stock market. That's the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is down what? What's the NASDAQ down right now? What's that, 7%? What was it down from there to there? Right, we're down 15% on the NASDAQ. The S&P 500. What was the S&P 500 there? The S&P was 500. It was down, what, 10%? And now we are down what? Now we're down around about that 4%. We may even get a little bit lower from here, like getting down towards these levels through here. But then I do see a really good turnaround, because I believe this thing is, at the end of the day, guys, I do see that this is probably going to do something like this, right? Come back up, come through here, and then break out, and then start to see a really incredible move to the upside. So short-term drop followed by slingshot, okay? But the recession is ticking over. That doesn't mean the stock market's going to go down today, right? We still could have a good movement for the next few months, and then the stock market thingy-majig happens there, right? So keep an eye out for that there, guys. Move on now through to the gold and silver market. Silver right now, a bit of a fail. We still haven't broken out to the upside. So there's actually, right now, this is the buyers and sellers are fighting it here, right? Down and up and 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 down and up, right? So this is what I'm hoping for anyway. Why am I hoping for that? Not because I'm not in a trade right now for silver, right? Now I'm talking about trading opportunities, right, guys? Like you got to separate the things, right? If you buy and hold, if you're getting into something because it's a buy and hold for 3 or 4 years, who gives a rat's ass about what the short-term technical analysis says, right? Because you're buying and holding for 4 or 5 years. Who cares about the short-term movement, right? Just let it go, right? But for a trade, I mean, I'm looking to get in today, and I'm looking to hold it for a few days, a few weeks, maybe a few months, right? And then they get it from there. That's what I'm talking about, a trading opportunity. For a trading opportunity, nothing's really going on here. But if we do start to hold here, and then we start to rally out from there, guys, guess what is coming? Really big move out of silver. Why? Because look at this here. This is coming off the back of doing all of this through here, guys. One of the most powerful things you can learn is the art of nothing going on for a few years, and then we end up getting big moves. Really, John? What? Nothing going on for a few years, and then we start a big move, right? Look at gold. What happened with gold? Nothing went on for a few years, and then look at gold. Broke out and started this really big move. So right now, as you know, went nothing for a few years and then broke out and then did this pattern through here and then had the big move. If we go look at silver, look what silver's doing right now, right? Silver's doing what? This is the silver pattern through here. So silver pattern looks really similar to gold, right? Where it did nothing for a few years, came up, now it's doing this. So if we do start to do something like that, guess what's to come? Golly, guys, here we go. Here we go. Right. So anyway, traders, that is it for me today. I just want to give you a quick little update across the markets and some really interesting things to keep an eye out for there, guys. Once again, traders, if you do need some help, there's some links in the description to some free training to help you with my trading system. And if you really are struggling right now in the markets and you're having an incredible bad year, then you really need my help. There's a link in the description there, guys. You can go fill out the application form for my coaching program. I think I've got 2 spots just left open now. for my 12-month daily coaching program where you're with me every single day and I can hold your hand, coach you, show you, guide you through the emotions, guide you through the mindset and everything from there. If that sounds like pretty good for you, then you may be a good fit for what I'm looking for. There should be a link in the description there, guys, where it can take you straight to the application form. You can fill that out, and then you'll personally be speaking to me where we can have a good chat and we see if we're a good fit for each other. Speak to you soon, guys.